That's
All
good.
right, welcome everybody. This is like episode 90 or something of Proppy's weekly webinar, where we bring you the latest in technology trends and everything you want to know about crypto, blockchain, and real estate. We have some great guests today, a couple of crypto certified agents and another one in the middle of the course that give you some feedback on how you can learn and increase your knowledge with crypto, blockchain, and real estate. And we're also going to have Mary Asal with the agency talk a little bit about one of her crypto closings last month. And just a shout out, Mary was the first one, I believe. Mary, you're the first one in Miami to sell a condo complex and crypto. So we're going to hear more from our guests shortly, but I want to do a shout out. Proppy did get listed on Coinbase last week for our pro tokens. So if you don't understand what a token is, a wallet, crypto, or blockchain, visit proppy.com. Under products, you can see Proppy's crypto certified agent course. And I'll let our panelists here explain a little bit more about where they were with their crypto knowledge and what they've been using their knowledge post being a crypto certified agent to give you an idea as to where the benefit is for you. Also, we got a special treat. Next week, January 26th, Natalia will be the host. I will be golfing. So it's benefit of being in California. Now I know our three guests here, folks, are in Florida, so they're a little in the sunshine state. But Natalia is going to have on a few guests to talk about the metaverse, including David Gagnon and his wife Tracy, which were married in the metaverse recently. So come next week, you're going to hear about the virtual metaverse wedding and more, as they'll also be joined by Nina Fabry of Berkshire Hathaway, Christine Choi, and maybe some other guests. That's next week. But let's get into today. Oh, before I had to give an update, because you guys heard me talk about my favorite brewery, Russian River Brewery in Napa County. And if there are any agents watching, we will have a crypto meetup at the Russian River Brewing Company. It was supposed to be around February, where they released only for a 2-week period, Pliny the Younger. That is a triple IPA. And if you never had a triple IPA, folks, it's the best in the world. And I love Pliny the Younger. But that was unfortunately, due to COVID here in California, delayed to March 25th to April 7th. So plan your trips accordingly. We will pick a date in between those to have a crypto meetup and some triple IPA beer. So let's get into it. Philip Callaway. Philip is with, and I have all the notes here, folks. He's a broker owner at Influences Realty Group in Miami, Florida area, and Aventura to be exact. Philip, go ahead and give us a background about yourself, your crypto knowledge background, as well as some information for the audience on Influences Realty Group.
Thanks, Joe. Happy to be here. As Joe said, my name is Philip Callaway. I am the broker owner of Influencers Realty Group located in Aventura, Florida. Been in the real estate business for 7 years now. Been a broker for the last 3 years. We have a small boutique brokerage, and we've really been focused on the residential side. Got introduced to the whole crypto real estate through Natalia back a few months ago. And I'm right now in the middle of doing my crypto certified agent course, where I'm learning night and day all the different things about crypto, about how crypto can help in the real estate business. And I actually have my first listing on the Proppys on Proppy right now. So I'm happy to be here and learning a lot every day, even more.
Great. Thank you, Philip, and welcome. Benjamin.
Hello, everyone. My name is Benjamin Tepper. I've been in the real estate business for the past 5 years. I started in New York City, practiced there for 3 years, and actually moved to Miami a little more than 2 years ago. I am now with the agency. Prior to that, I was with Douglas Feldman for 2 years. And I just started to learn about all things, blockchain, crypto, smart contracts, NFTs, all of that a few months ago. And I think how we connected and met, I was following, Proppy through the different social channels. Mary was involved. And we got to meet, and I met with Natalia as well. And I was, why not do a certification? It's always good to learn new things. And I really believe that all this going to have a positive impact on the real estate industry, on all industries. But I think in the real estate industry, especially here in Miami, South Florida, but in the US, people are really, wanting to learn and use, all these tools, which are going to actually simplify transactions.
Benjamin, welcome.
Thank you.
And Miss Mary Asal.
Hi, everyone. It's so nice to be back here again with the Proppy team and with Benjamin and Philip. Hi. Hey, Joe. My name is Mary Asal. I have been a Florida licensed realtor for almost 8 years now. I'm with the agency. We are a luxury real estate firm representing clients and lifestyle. We're here in Miami, and I was actually one of the first agent that did the crypto transaction with a pre-construction development, PMG, which is known as it's a large development firm. They're developing Waldorf Astoria 11, Towers 1 and 2, and they also are known in New York and Florida. And I'm also a crypto certified agent with Proppy, which actually brings a lot of value as far as like marketing and getting having my clients and friends in the crypto community know that I'm a crypto certified agent.
So let's
adds a lot of value.
Let's talk about that. But first, I just want to remind, for disclosure, Mary did refer Benjamin Tepper, and through the Proppy app, Mary received 100 Proppy tokens for that referral.
Yes.
So that's under
referrals. Yeah.
That's under Proppy's Learn and Earn program. Proppy gives you Proppy tokens for not only learning Proppy tokens, but doing the actions in your day-to-day transactions while using the Proppy platform that showcase transparency to the consumer and the buyer. And that is part of Proppy's mission. Not only do we want a decentralized real estate platform run by real estate agents, but also to showcase transparency in the process while we record the transaction history and the title and deed on blockchain. So if you're wondering what Proppy is all about, that is what we're all about. So let's go through some of the areas where crypto technology is opening up new avenues to buyers. For some of the takeaways to the audience watching today, why crypto certification is important, and we'll touch base that. But for the audience, I'll just relay some of the points I picked up from some articles recently. There was an article last week that came out that said 12% of new home buyers had some form of crypto transactions in order to come up with their down payment. That's 1 in 10 new home buyers. So folks, if you're thinking that crypto is just a buzzword, or it's just that commercial we see Matt Damon on a Sunday when we watch football, or the name of the old Lakers basketball stadium arena, it's actually here, it's happening. But 1 in 10, and if we're not hearing about it, that means agents are not talking to the buyers about it, because there are options for a buyer wanting to use crypto. And we're going to dive into that in a little bit later in today's segment. So Benjamin, you had just gone through the crypto certification course. Tell us what you did once you got certified, and did that help you attract more attention from fellow agents, crypto buyers?
So basically, the whole crypto certification is about 6-7 hours, and then you review things, you take notes, but basically it explains to you all this vocabulary that I think is slowing down a lot of people. And, you know, you understand what a blockchain is, what smart contract is, how it works, what's cryptocurrency, NFTs, all that. And I think that after that, I tell people, you know, you can take the certification because you become certified, which is always good to have certifications, but then you have to continue and learn about it. You can't just have, it's like the real estate license. I mean, you take your license and then, I mean, you have to continually learn and see what's going on in the industry. But it's true, I did the certification. I'm trying to learn every day a little bit and see what's going on. Luckily, Mary and I, we're all actually in South Florida, and there's a lot happening in that space. I know Mary's super networking with all the crypto people because there's, a huge community. And, you know, when they see, and obviously real estate is a huge interest as well, but when they see, you know, that you're certified, they're like thinking, okay, now, you know, I've been involved in crypto, I have, you know, assets, what can I do? And they see that there's a possibility to transact, in crypto. It makes a big difference. You know, when I posted that I was, and obviously social media is super important. You know, I posted that I was crypto certified. I got dozens of agents, asking me about it. Hey, where can I do this? What is it about? You know, so, and I think that's a good move, you know, and I think Proppy is offering really some great courses to get the certification, but also then the platform. I haven't yet used it for, transaction, but hopefully soon. I mean, I'm working on getting some new listings, and whether it's with cryptocurrency or a regular transaction, you know, recording it within Proppy it's just a game changer. So I think, 2022 will be quite interesting, and I think it's not too late. I tell people it's not too late, but you better start learning and not, miss the train, if I can say, because, you're going to be then left out. The world is changing fast. And I think it's not just hype. I think that you have to understand what's going on, and it's starting here in Miami, South Florida, in the US, and then globally. I mean, there's things happening. I have a friend who actually just transacted the first cryptocurrency deal of the year. It's like a $7 million transaction. So it's going to happen a lot. You know, I think Mary, myself, all of us, we're going to start seeing a lot of transactions. And I think Ryan Serhant was saying something like, I don't know if it's this year or very soon, there's going to be like 50% of transactions that are done by cryptocurrency. So.
Excellent. So Mary and Philip, we're going to come back to your experience. One, putting the listing in on Proppy, but two, you're in the middle of the crypto certification course. So we'll spend a little bit of time with you. But for our audience, let's go to the crypto queen of Miami, Mary Asal. And Mary, walk us through kind of the scenario, what the process was. How did you get engaged, and how did a discussion come up for crypto to be even used? What's the first step of an agent to identify it?
So I think as agents, especially we're in real estate, real estate is very changing, and we have to always adapt to it. So, and always keeping an open mind and putting our clients' interest. When I was referred to this particular client who had a lot of crypto, $500 million in crypto fund, but no cash. I was like, okay, and really wants to buy a property in Miami. I'm like, okay. Part of me wants to say, oh, it's BS. Other part of me was like, you know what? There's an opportunity here. Let me work on it, right? And if you're in the community, you'll see a lot of them who are like this, because they're very into crypto. They don't, believe in fiat. So there I was, have a client, and really just, I kept an open mind, and I know if I approach enough sellers, one of them would be open to consider taking crypto as payments, which I did. And so that's how it started. And there was this particular developer, PMG. They were not really They weren't ready for it, but they were waiting for someone to give them the offer and then push it through. And I was the first one to do that. I just execute, and it became like a big news. They had a lot of press on it. They were the first pre-construction development in Miami to accept cryptocurrency in deposit. And I just executed my third crypto deal with them. So that the one first crypto buyer had another crypto buyer, and then he had another crypto buyer.
All right. So apparently,
And
what you're saying is these crypto buyers always have a friend that will also buy with crypto. So it's just folks, it's getting your first. And we always remember
the hardest
always remember the first.
always
First one.
getting the first one. And you know, and the talks, you know, they talk about it. I mean, it's a community, and they have, you know, they have the assets they want to leverage. They are curious to invest in real estate. So us agents, if we want to, you know, target this clientele, and we want to
mention something. I think something's really important is I think that, you know, these people that are in crypto have been in crypto for a long time, have made a lot of money, but then at some point you have to think also, they're not going to like keep all this money forever. Like they have to do something with it. So obviously, you know, the choice is real estate or something, you know, something else, because over the years, I mean, these guys that are within that for 5, 6, 7 years, I mean, they have millions. So, you know, they can buy something for 1, 5, 10, 20. I mean, so at some point they have to put the money somewhere, you know, it can grow, you know. Yeah.
Philip,
buy a house and a Lambo.
that's okay. I go for that. Do you buy the orange one, the blue one, and why Lambo and not the Ferrari? I'm Italian, so I can go either way. All right. So the question now is, you're an agent. You hear they have something in crypto. What's your next question? How do you talk the right lingo?
I'm sorry, repeat the question, Joe.
What's the right opening phrase to engage in the discussion with a crypto buyer?
I think that it depends on the situation or the environment, especially, for example, if you're in a networking event and it's crypto related, then it's everything kind of just naturally flows. Or just finding out if, you know, if the friend or the other person is into crypto or has some crypto investment. They love talking about this. So
that's the key. That's the key. They will talk about it, right? Folks, if you haven't talked to anybody that's really into crypto, they will tell you everything you need to know. You just got to get to that step. And that's where the training and understanding, and as Benjamin said, just start understanding what the key terms are. Yeah. Right? What is a wallet? How long have you been in crypto? Find out, do they make their money mining or investing? Because that will also give you the insight to determine, are they trying to diversify? Because, right, crypto buyers aren't all the same, as in every walk of life. The individual may have their own specific reason why they're looking at real estate, whether it's investment. You know, I've met 25-year-old crypto millionaires that had no job, lived at home, was a gamer, couldn't qualify for a loan, but yet they got a couple $1 million, and you know, they're listening to their parents, buy some hard assets. You need to do this. You need to do that. Right. So everyone's a little bit different.
And that's our job as agents, to find these people and help them diversify their assets.
Mm-hmm. Really. I think to piggyback on what Benjamin was saying earlier, the crypto certified agent course, as somebody who's currently going through it, is giving you a lot of information and helping you understand those terminologies. And to your point, Joe, when you're talking to buyers, it's getting on the same wavelength as them, using the same terminology that they're using. And when you're talking to a potential seller, it's helping them understand what that terminology means. Some older sellers, like we were joking before, some older sellers only think that the only crypto is Bitcoin, and that's all that they know. And so it's not just being able to converse with buyers, but also being able to educate sellers on how those transactions would work on the back end.
And I think that's a good point, but also, for sellers, and, as we go after different listings, there's not that many people yet, certified or that knowledgeable about all that. But I think it's a huge advantage because within the crypto community, all of us can find buyers. So if we tell them, look, if you allow us to transact with, blockchain and cryptocurrency, it will help, to find new buyers for your property.
Mm-hmm. All right, so let's we're going to get to the marketing aspect and how do we actually find those buyers and what type of events do we go in? And yes, it may be easier in Miami, but what if I'm, not in Miami? We'll touch base on that. Philip, let's go back to you because you're in the middle of the course. So you're right fresh. Where were you in crypto knowledge before you started the crypto certification course or even your study into this realm?
I would say that when I first started the crypto course, I mean, I had my own wallet, I had digital assets, but I wasn't as familiar when I was talking about smart contracts. I didn't really understand it beyond, okay, I have some Bitcoin, I'm dabbling in Ether, I understand what an NFT is, I know how to purchase a couple NFTs, I know where to go on what platforms to use, but I really didn't really understand kind of that back end information as far as how or really how to explain it to a client. When I was talking to a buyer who is versed in crypto, I kind of knew what they were speaking about. But if I had to explain it to a seller, how is crypto going to work? How am I going to get paid? I don't trust crypto. I want my money in cash. Explaining how that process would work to them, that I feel like has kind of really helped me through going through the course right now.
Excellent. And we look forward to getting your finishing the crypto certification course. Likewise. and getting that crypto buyer and getting up to Mary's level of crypto buyers and network, although I think she has her little niche there.
Got a long way to go, but I'm a
but now you also just started using the Proppy platform.
Yes.
What can you say as a newbie first listing in the Proppy platform?
I will say that it is incredibly easier than I thought it was going to be to use. It's very user-friendly. The system, once I put the listing in and I started getting calls, I've started getting offers right through the system where I was able to kind of negotiate it. And it was funny is that the sellers were looking at the emails before I was even seeing them. And so they're calling me, hey, we just got another offer. And, I'm talking through, I'm like, give me a second. Let me get to my computer. I see it on my phone, but I want to actually look at it. And, being able to go through that with them is really, really convenient. And just the whole negotiation process has been super smooth. So I'm definitely looking forward to putting every listing into the Proppy system because it makes my life way easier.
Yeah, normally, and folks, if you're using Proppy, you want to give your seller a heads up. They will get excited because Proppy gives them 24/7 access to easily look at, view the offers, and compare offers. And Philip, when you get a happy seller, we're glad your seller's happy. That's the whole point of having transparency. I'd like to invite you and one of your sellers on our webinar. Okay. And we would like to hear directly from the seller, their experience, and compare that experience and their emotions working with you and a transparent platform versus, let's say, the older way, non-transparent way. And our agents and brokers out there watching can get a sense of how this is going to reshape the consumer expectations during home buying process and selling.
I'll just say real quick, with this particular seller, we got, I want to say 3 offers in one day. And before he had seen all 3 of them before I had a chance to really look at each one of them. And he's like, okay, so we're going to take this one, right? I was like, wait, let's look at all the different terms. Let's compare what apples at apples and oranges and be able to decide which one is the best for you. We wound up getting a cash deal. We actually had an offer that was crypto based, but that's not the one we took because it didn't have the best terms. But at the end of the day, he was able to see, to the transparency aspect, he was able to see every step of the process, and he was super happy with that.
So you feel he was more informed?
He was definitely more informed, and he appreciated the fact that he was more informed. He wasn't waiting for me to say, hey, we got an offer. Hey, we got this. Hey, we got that.
And you were set on your phone, so you probably got the offer and you weren't even near a computer to look.
Exactly.
Right?
I got the alert. I saw that the offer came in. I was like, okay, I'm going to check in a second. And before I even got to do that, I got a phone call from him. Hey, we just got an offer in.
Yeah. And as a a home buyer and a seller, hey, that's our whole life waiting for that offer here, folks. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Our whole life stops, and we're waiting for the agent to call. And the wife is calling the husband, husband's calling the wife, partner's calling the partner, whatever. Hey, did you hear yet? Did you hear yet? Did you hear yet? So life stops until they're informed by the agent. And the agent's running around doing their job and maybe other listings or other work or their own life, depending on the time of day. So that's where the platform really comes in and helps.
But I think I haven't yet done a transaction on it, and I'm looking forward.
Yeah, Benjamin, we're going to talk about that a little later after the show.
No, but what I wanted to say is that it's a win-win for everyone. My take is that for the agent, for the seller, the buyer, the transparency, the security, all that stuff. So,
all right, so let's talk about what I mentioned: learn and earn. What do I mean by learn and earn? So folks, if you go to proppy.com under products, click on learn and earn. Proppy actually gives you the licensed agent, and you have to be a licensed agent to earn these tokens through the learn and earn. We give you agent tokens for learning Proppy and using it. And I know, Mary, you have the mobile app and you earned 60 tokens for going to a listing and checking in on your mobile app, right? How easy was that?
It's very easy. Very, very, very easy.
Right.
Token.
And so folks, you can go up and go look at the value. And ultimately, for those wondering, what is a utility token? Right? A little crypto knowledge for today. Utility token in Proppy will be used to unlock the smart contracts. Basically, it pays for the gas fees. Proppy team is looking at other ways, whether we've had questions, whether it can be applied to the crypto certified course, can be used for this. There are ways to do it, but remember, get in the platform and you get a 6-month free subscription to Proppy if you take the crypto certified agent course. All right. So if that's where you're leaning, you'll want to go that way because it'll save you, roughly $300 with that approach. From the platform standpoint. I'm gonna look at some of the questions here that are coming in the Q&A. So we have one question here. You guys can raise your hand and take it. Finding people with crypto is one thing, but how do we find sellers willing to accept? Well, that's one question. And are most sellers concerned about a buyer paying with crypto? So before we get to that, I think we need just to clear up what are the options for a crypto buyer. Some of the recent scenarios a crypto buyer goes through. One, they want to use crypto to pay for a house. They have crypto, but they want a loan against the crypto and then pay in cash. So in the second scenario, there's companies like Helio Lending out there, which has been on our webinar. I know there's another one, Benjamin, by you and Brickle, Mila, which now offers crypto-backed loans. I saw an article a couple months ago about them. And I know there's a few more. So there are places for crypto buyers to get loans against the crypto that they basically hold the crypto and get a 2-3 year loan against it and then use that. So this is why it's important for the agents to understand enough to be able to advise the buyer what are the options. Mary, in any of your cases or that you've seen, you have a crypto buyer and you have to explain to the seller. You explain the seller what you can take crypto or we can exchange it into cash, either stablecoin to cash, and then the seller gets cash. So does the seller really care?
Yeah, so it really depends on the seller, and how to find the right sellers is really, obviously you have to find the right property first and approach, whether if it's listed with a listing agent, you approach the listing agents and have a conversation with the listing agent. Tell them, hey, I have a very qualified buyer, but we want to offer this and this term you want to offer crypto, would your seller consider? It's either a yes or no. If the seller is open-minded and is in also, which is nowadays a lot of people has crypto, so they might say yes. And as far as the structure part, how to make that happen, make the deal happen, that's where Proppy also comes in, because they have the title, they have the resources to, they can teach you how to transfer wallet to wallet. And it really just depends on the offer structure. But as far as finding the sellers, it's just approaching and asking every listing agent, every seller that's property on the market.
And think about this, folks. We may not always be, or how long, market always changes. In many places, it's a seller's market. But if the market changes, that crypto buyer may still be the one with the money putting the offer in.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a good time to learn, how do we deal with that? What steps do we take? Where do we go? And that's why we're here, folks. Just reach out to info@proppy.com. And we can connect you with a certified agent. We get a lot of requests, folks, from buyers and sellers. Just to give you a heads up. Those requests always go to a crypto certified agent as they come in. All right, we had another one. Is there a difference in the tax consequences when paying in crypto? Well, I don't have any lawyers or tax accountants here, so we're not gonna answer that one. We can't give you investment advice. Intentionally, we don't want to give you investment advice. And for tax, talk to your tax accountant. Christian had one. Can anyone take the certification? He's an international student. Well, first of all, Christian, hats off to you for joining today's conversation. And if anyone is in Madrid, Spain, go ahead and reach out to me, because you might have to keep an eye on my daughter, who just got there last week for 6 months of study abroad. As the old Italian family, I need some eyeballs on that street. We're wrapping up, bottom of the hour. I want to give it each to our panelists for 1 or 2 takeaways, either experience, knowledge, or things to think about to your fellow agents and brokers out there. Philip, let's start with you.
As somebody who's going through the crypto certification course, I definitely recommend it to everybody who's on the call today. If you haven't done it, go ahead and sign up and get started on there. I guess to kind of piggyback on the question, or the earlier question, when you educate your sellers, you really need to educate your sellers on, the advantages of taking crypto, and the fact that they don't necessarily have to take crypto as payment. They can totally get cash if they want cash, if the buyer pays in crypto. And so going through the course will help you understand the terminology that you want to use to explain that to your sellers. But definitely kudos to Proppy. Thank you very much, Joe, for putting this together. Looking forward to being back with you again with one of my sellers.
We look forward to that. And Christian, I apologize. I don't think I actually answered your question. I read it. You don't have to be a crypto certified agent to take the course. I'm seeing title and lenders starting to take the course, as well as some attorneys. It's really to give you an understanding of what is happening in the terminology and the baseline to start your education in crypto, blockchain, in real estate. If you just want to learn crypto and blockchain, you can Google, there's YouTube videos. If you follow Proppy on Twitter and Instagram, I think Twitter had one of Proppy's ambassadors just posted a 20-minute YouTube video on Proppy, which is really good. It did have one of my webinar sessions in there, so I wasn't aware of that. So I hope it came out okay. The course is 6 to 8 courses. Each course is 30 minutes to 45 minutes. Benjamin, your takeaways for the audience.
So, being still, relatively new to this, I started learning, 3-4 months ago, and then I got into Proppy, and I think the benefit is also you're part of a community, you get in early. And I think it also, everybody that's involved with Proppy is creating new opportunities, because when people see that, you know about blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFT, all that, and real estate, people are very much intrigued. And I think that, that creates opportunity. And again, you have to, I emphasis on this is you have to do the certification, which is not that long, but then, constantly learn, and then, attend events like Mary and I and Philip do. So, overall, I think it's fantastic. It's a great community. It's all about community. And I think it's getting better and better. And I think the whole platform that Proppy offers to agents is a game changer. And I think we'll see it as we use it more and more. We're just starting, but as we use it on a regular basis, it's going to just make everything easier.
Excellent. And Mary, before we get to you, I want to get back to some quick questions. Do you use Propy Coin to buy properties? No. Propy's utility token to use within the platform related to the gas fees. Linda, you can reach out to me, joe@propy.com, and we can talk about New Jersey in particular for a real estate salesperson. Let's see. Yeah, and that would be Linda. There was a question on NFTs. Yes, Propy has already completed an NFT in the world of real estate. That was done this last summer. Folks, we have one in Tampa coming up, currently scheduled for the end of this month. We've had so many requests for NFTs. I mean, a lot. It tripled during the last month. And before Mary starts, I know we have a bunch of live attendees here. We will give you the option. Joining us in a moment after we conclude with Mary, we'll wrap it up. Our senior customer success manager, Gwyneth Iredale, will stay on to give any of you attendees a quick product platform overview of Proppy. If you want to hang around for that, she'll walk you through the offer management and the transaction platform, and she'll continue to ask any questions that you have. Mary, why don't you close it out for us, please?
Sure. Well, I couldn't agree more with Benjamin, what he said about Proppy and how Proppy is helping us change the way we do business. Let's keep an open mind, guys. Let's put our clients' priorities and really help them to, to leverage their assets and diversify in real estate. And Proppy is here. Use them, be a certified agent, use it for marketing. The more people know about it, the bigger our community grow. And I'm just really happy to be part of this. So thank you guys.
Well, thank you all. Mary, it's been a pleasure. Thank you, Benjamin, Philip. Thank you very much.
Thank you for having me.
Philip, I can't wait to have you and a seller on. I think it'd be tremendous for all of us to hear what the expectation of today's seller and buyers are. And folks, if you have any buyer and sellers out there and you're using Proppy's platform, or you have a crypto story, reach out to me at joe@propy.com. We'll connect. Maybe we'll have you on one of these webinars. So next week, reminder, CEO of Proppy, Natalia Karaneva, will be on to talk about the metaverse, including a couple that got married in the metaverse. That's next week. For now, I want to say thank you all. Gwyneth Iredale, go ahead and jump on here, introduce yourself, and we'll jump off and you can take it away. Thank you, everyone.
Bye. Thank you. Bye.
All right, thank you.
All right. Well, I hope you took away some great information here. I did see